I would say is it's really important that Facebook is responsive to its users. I don't think that the government stepping in and making decisions is going to benefit anybody on the left or the right. So I think as long as they are responsive to conservatives and liberals, that's a win for its user base.
Mike?
Nobody's a fan of ISIS. The reason why the YPG partnered with us to begin with is ISIS was killing them. So they're not interested in ISIS. The Assad regime is an enemy of ISIS. The Iranians don't like ISIS. The Turks don't like ISIS. The Russians don't like ISIS. So people may be squabbling with each other, but nobody has an interest in seeing the caliphate come back. So and the U.S. still has forces in the country, and we still have CT operations in the region. So I do think that's a mission that we can continue to do.
Well, having public hearings at some point in the future is not adequate. Look, they are engaging in one of the most serious undertakings the House can do it. And Schiff doesn't really have a reason or an excuse for why he is barring, for example, members of the other committees that are involved in this impeachment investigation from these depositions.
So I think there's a lot of confidence actually in Great Britain at the moment. I think that Brexit actually will be a tremendous economic boost to the United Kingdom. I think that it's also going to boost as well transatlantic trade and investment. It's going to result in a US-UK free trade deal between the world's largest and fifth largest economies. And I think the United States actually will benefit significantly from Brexit. And I think that Europe as a whole actually will benefit from Brexit as well.
Most importantly, it's not just that you're going to hit the wealthy. We are going to suffer on that as well. It's an attack on all of us because it's that capital that enables businesses to grow. It enables technology to develop. It enables pharmaceutical breakthroughs that help all of us, not just the wealthy.
Big sticking points, all of which have to do with intellectual property. I just don't see how Liu He or anyone short of Xi Jinping is going to be able to basically order the Chinese to respect intellectual property rights. And Lighthizer, Mnuchin, and Ross have all said this is the thing that is preventing an actual deal.
The president himself said this isn't supposed to be a 50-50 deal.
Right.
This is supposed to be China sort of coming into
capitulating.
Yeah,
to the
well, becoming more modern and liberal, much like the United States. It's been unfair the way that they've been able to regulate American companies, and we're a free and open society, and we don't regulate Chinese companies the same way. So it's more a burden on the Chinese to own up than the United States, and so that's where we're not necessarily giving things away.
Well, hey, the fact is, if you look at the economic numbers, we've got a record long stretch of jobs growth. As you pointed out, we've got median family income at an all-time high. And one of the numbers that's not being discussed is just looking at how so many millions of people have actually moved out of the lower middle class and middle class into the upper class and upper middle class. These are good numbers all around.
No, it's not just limited to Washington, D.C. In fact, you've had about a dozen states now that have gotten rid of Columbus Day, including many localities as well. And I do think it's ridiculous that the Washington, D.C., this is the District of Columbia, of course, is named after Christopher Columbus, can no longer celebrate this man. I do wonder how long the name of the city will even last.
And it doesn't hurt that American businesses not only cooperate, but in some cases have a double standard that hurts the United States. I mean, you don't see Apple or Google apparently having much problem working with the Chinese, but they won't work with the U.S. Department of Defense to help defend the very country that allows them to have the opportunities to create the products that they do.